Well, hello everyone. Here I am at the sound recording studio, waiting for my actor to come along and record a few lines for my game. I particularly need a blood-curdling scream. So, you're my sound engineer?
I'm the engineer, yes.
Have you recorded lines for dialogue before?
No.
Ah. Well, that's okay. You'll be as quick as anyone else. You'll be able to get the best out of the actors.
Sure.
It's not as if I had time to come and check out the studio beforehand anyway.
When you visit the studio, don't make any commitments. See if you think the studio engineer will be patient and encouraging with voice actors. Check for external sounds like traffic noise, squeaky floorboards, cats, even a noisy partner. Check for proper baffles to prevent reverberation. Check there is a decent computer to run ProTools or an equivalent digital audio workstation. Ask for a lectern to hold the actors' lines and a proper light for them to read by. Actors have to drink a lot of water, so they'll need easy access to a toilet.
I assume you've got a lectern and a proper light for the actors to read by?
You didn't ask for that. See, musos don't normally use that sort of stuff. Also, you haven't specified what sort of quality you want the recordings.
High quality, of course.
Yeah, it's just that 44.1 16-bit WAV used to be the go-to, but PCs prefer the 48K 32-bit now. I wasn't sure if you wanted the large file size.
You're the expert, you decide.
Can you take those bracelets off? They're most likely going to affect the recording.
Who's in charge here?
I'm the sound engineer. When we're in my studio, I'm in charge.
Well, I've invited some friends to come along to see some real acting.
Unless they're here to help, that's probably not a good idea.
At the start of the session, make sure everybody knows what to expect. Files. The quality of files needed is quite low. 44.1 16-bit WAV is well and sufficient, as voices are played through computer and phone speakers, so better quality is not discernible, and higher quality file sizes are too large, and Unity compresses to an OGG-like form anyway. Don't accept MP3 files though, as they are converted in Unity to regular numbers of bars, and can leave gaps of silence at the end in what perhaps should be a loopable clip. When it comes to storage, agree on how the files will be delivered. For example, even if the files are going into your large Dropbox, a studio still must have enough Dropbox memory of their own to transfer them.
Hiya, I'm Gabalani.
Oh, I thought you were a girl. Isn't Gab a girl's name?
Not necessarily. Did you need a female voice actor?
Well, I guess I can turn the Queen into a king. Did you get my message to rest up?
Yes, I did. I did receive it at midnight.
Well, I thought you'd be here earlier than this.
Sorry about that. All of the parks were taken, so I did have to walk a fair way.
I got a park right out the front. It was the last one too.
A meeting before the recording session should be included in the acting fee. Give the studio address, give and get contact details, discuss time preferences and preferred communication methods, and ask about special needs. Make sure you can advise studio details, for example, whether there is a refrigerator. Tell the story of the game, give character sheets, give current lines, and find the preferred lines format. Design characters as we will discuss later. Discuss the best order of recording these and how long recording is expected to take. Advise what date you will provide the final lines in advance of the recording session. organise a callback time for corrections and catch-ups, and agree on a day for taking photos.
Now, I didn't get any of the feeder lines in the script you sent me, so I wasn't really sure how to rehearse. Do you mind telling me a little bit about the game's story?
Well, it'll take too long to tell the story now. You don't need the story to make up a character on the spot. What I want is a good, blood-curdling scream.
Ah, that wasn't in the lines you sent me.
It's a scream. You don't need lines for a scream. If I need to change anything, we can do it tomorrow.
I do have to work tomorrow, but I've created a really interesting witch character for you.
I don't need a witch. I need a boy or a girl.
Oh, I thought you said you needed a witch.
No, I said I didn't know which.
Did you choose the right actor in the first place? You need as few actors as possible, as you need to wrangle everyone's times to fit together. Skilled voice actors can provide distinct character voices. First, research examples of voices so you can show actors what you do and don't want. Get actors to send you demo clips and check they can create a range of voices and keep them consistent. Also, can they show a range of emotions? Some actors are undirectable. They might have their own ideas about how to become a great voice actor, or they just might not have the acting skills. Ask potential actors to make changes to clips to test this. The demo clips, usually provided via Facebook, should be free of pops and hisses.
Now, I spoke to your voice agent and she's charging ridiculous fees, ridiculous. She wants $600 for an hour's work. She says it's because I want all the rights. So, let's keep it a secret. You can save your commission.
If my agent found out, she'd definitely stop finding work for me.
She'll never find out. She's not a gamer.
Well, going through her does improve my chances of finding work later.
But you would save your commission.
Well, it's only 10%, and she does all of the invoicing, arranges the deposits, and my final payments as well.
You will be asking for buyout, that is, ownership of the recordings in perpetuity. Recordings will be used in the game and promotion of the game. You may have a non-disclosure agreement you want signed. Before you call an agent, make sure you know the actor you want or the sort of actor you want. Know the industry rates, which we see later. Be prepared to pay a deposit. Know whether you are asking for lip syncing. Know how many words will be recorded and your expected studio time. Make sure you get a meeting before the studio session and a callback session included in the fee. Explain how acting credit will be given.
Look, I really must go through my agent. I've got the contract right here.
That contract says 12 months.
My agent will change that.
When you receive the invoice, check it says buyout or bought outright or assignment or in perpetuity. If the invoice says 12 months or license, insist on a replacement invoice.
But she charges so much. Look at this industry rate card, $940 for a 1-minute commercial, and that's only 12 months use. Actors get paid $300 a day. Why do they get paid so high?
Actors can only really maintain their peak for a couple of hours. That's why we're paid by the day, not the hour.
But it's only a couple of hours.
Well, I have to prepare the night before by learning my lines and rehearsing. I work hospitality, so I can be free for jobs like this one. I can't eat certain foods. I have to go to bed early the night before.
But it's not as if it's hard. We can all talk.
I trained for 3 years to learn these skills. For example, I can control my plosives.
Excuse me, this is a G-rated show.
It means I can say put, tut and cut without microphone pops. And I can say sybillance without sybillance.
Voice acting training entails acting training, singing training, and Estelle accreditation. trained voice actors increase efficiency and deliver the voices you want consistently, clearly, and with high quality. Their reduced preparation time and improved recovery time save expensive studio time.
You're spending studio time.
Oh, Gabe, I've got those updated lines I defeated.
Oh no. Do those pages have any numbers on them by any chance?
Well, no, because I was going to bind them, and then I found it cost $150 to bind 250 pages, and so I didn't.
Okay.
This page is yours.
Okay,
And
that's good.
Here's another one.
Yep, so I'll have the lead-ins, which means that there'll be some context. Do these lines have numbers on them? Or?
No.
Okay. Look, maybe you could give me your copy of the script.
Why would I have a copy? I'm not the actor.
In that case, it's okay because I've brought the copy of the lines that you sent me last night, so all good.
Actors should not have to print out their own lines. Lines should be printed in larger font with page numbers and line numbers. Lines need a context, for example, lead-in lines, in which case highlight the name of each speaking character. Vocalisations like gasps and laughs need to be on separate lines. Number and bind the actor's lines so they can flick to the next line when you call it out. Give the sound engineer a different list of lines, in recorded order, not game order. Mark lines requiring special effects, such as reverberation. Carry extra copies. If sending spreadsheets, be aware that not everybody owns Excel and some don't know how to use the tabs in a workbook. Examples of spreadsheets come with this presentation.
I just need to know what type of character this person is.
He's a king. What more do you need to know?
Well, how old is he? Does he have a feeble or a strong voice? What kind of man is he? For example, is he kind or is he mean? Whether he has anything that would distinguish him from other people, like a stutter, how formally he speaks, you know, what kind of mood is he in when he's talking? Is he angry? Has he been riding a horse? Because if so, he'll be breathless. Whether he has an accent, you know, that kind of thing.
Well, just do him, and then do the boy.
Well, the boy has a cleaner and clear voice, so it would be better to do him first.
All right.
Cool.
Help your actor create the voices. Tell the story of the game using storyboards or PowerPoint if possible. Create a dossier on each character. How many lines they speak, their gender, their age, what sort of voice they have, their accent, personality, and any shouting or other demands like growling or singing. As you did in their audition, ask for clips and provide feedback until the voice is designed.
Can I have a sample of the line just so I can get the levels?
Wait, can't you just press record? I think it's that button over there.
Yeah, I just got to get the levels first. Hey, go ahead.
Cool. Mummy? Mummy? Mummy?
Ah, awesome. Set, yeah, when you're ready.
Mummy, I don't want to go in there.
Yeah, nice. I think that came out well.
Cool.
That's not how I pictured the character.
Did you get my demo clips?
Is that what they were? I thought they were examples.
Yeah, I was designing characters for you. The Queen was a bit difficult, but
Look, I'm tired. Let's take a break. I brought you iced coffee.
Oh, thank you, but I shouldn't really have any milk right now. Why don't you have it?
Well, you can have my orange juice.
Orange juice is bad for the voice also.
Well, I do have some iced water.
I try to stick to room temperature water just while we're recording.
I suppose the room has to be warm to match the water.
I mean, some actors have a tough time in a cold environment, but I'm doing okay.
Well, at least you can have the lovely fresh donut that I brought you.
Yeah, do you have any fresh apples or?
Let's get a move on. We've got 60 minutes to record 9,000 words of dialogue.
That doesn't sound right.
I calculated it, 150 words a minute.
Voices are generally recorded at 100, 150 or 200 words per minute. Copy the script into Word to get an automatic word count. Divide the number of words by the expected words per minute to arrive at an estimate of minutes of recorded dialogue.
Oh, you mean 60 minutes of recorded dialogue?
Isn't it the same thing?
Well, 1 hour of dialogue will take you 5 hours of studio time to record, if the actor's skilled enough to minimise retakes and you're, well, organised.
That's a whole day of studio time.
Most actors can only maintain their peak for a couple of hours.
That's 2.5 days.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can manage 2 2-hour sessions for you if there's a break in the middle. And don't forget to allow for vocalisations, gasps, sighs, yells, all that kind of stuff will add to the time.
Now calculate how many hours in the recording studio this will take. This varies with the actor and the sound engineer and how many short lines there are, which increase the sound engineer's work. Now your estimate is not reliable. One industry rule of thumb is recorded minutes multiplied by 5, which would do 1,000 words in 33 minutes at 150 words per minute. However, another industry rule of thumb is 1,000 words per hour. My own experience was 1,000 words per hour for general dialogue for most actors. In this example, we work out how many words there are based on very short dialogue lines rather than an actual word count, which would be better. Then we calculate how many minutes of recorded dialogue we will end up with. Then we use the optimistic estimate of multiplying by 5 to calculate the minutes of studio time. This is particularly unlikely because in such a short time frame there is no allowance for setup. Even though our voice actor will only do 45 minutes work, we have to pay a minimum of 4 hours. Similarly, we have to engage the studio for a whole day, although some will charge for half day. Here is where it becomes negotiable. How much are we paying for world rights in perpetuity? The MEAA rates don't really apply, so it is between you and the agent.
We're running out of time. If only I'd made a schedule. Can we do the king now? I really want that scream.
Yeah, actors know how to protect their voices, but even I have to rest after a scream. Can we do the king's dialogue before he screams?
Oh, all right. At this rate, I'll never get my scream.
Now, can you think of any famous voices you might like the king to sound like?
Well, I do like Brian Blessed. Actually, he's smacking someone on the head just before he does his line. We could record the smacking on the head at the same time.
Might be worth chatting to the sound engineer about that one.
If you want me to adjust the settings, check the sound, record the smacking, adjust the settings back, check the sound again. Yeah, I can do that.
What about a laugh then? Can I have a laugh?
Sure.
Thank you. I haven't got any laughs.
Make a recording schedule showing the order of dialogue to be recorded. Start with the clearest, cleanest voices, songs, children, and beautifully voiced characters. End with raucous voices, shouts, and screams. Put call-outs and other less important work at the end when actors may be exhausted and not doing their best work. And be aware of which work can be omitted if you start running out of studio time. Allow time for settling in and equipment calibration, and divide each day in 4 so you can track your actual progress against planned progress every quarter day. Update the schedule each day. Add studio address and contact numbers to everything distributed. Provide everything in paper to back up electronic copies.
Let's just record King Harold then. He's at the Battle of Hastings and he's going to die with an arrow through the eye.
Yeah. Can I get a sample of the line, just for the levels, please?
Yeah, sure. Are you sure you want to stare like that?
You're not shy, are you? You're an actor.
Well, no, it's just that I have to stretch my mouth sometimes and it can...
Oh, well, I understand. I'm a very sensitive person myself.
I say! I say!
Ah, I think we're set. When you're ready.
I say! I say! Watch where...
Oh, I think something made it. I don't think it was me, though.
Can we have that again?
Find out from the sound engineer how he wants you to participate. Generally, it will be to wait until the end of the line, then approve the reading or ask for a change. Set up papers where you can grab and drop them. Read along as the actor speaks. Mark changes the actor made which are acceptable. Do not face the actor. No one else apart from you and the sound engineer should be in the room or sound booth.
I say, watch where you're pointing that arrow. You'll have someone's eye out in a minute.
Yeah, that recorded well. You didn't tell me how you want these clips named.
Well, that one is called I say, watch where you're pointing that arrow.
Have you considered numbering the clips?
No.
The studio will deliver files with the names you provided. Complicated names greatly add to the studio admin time and increase the chance of error, so it is best to have a simple, unique line number for each line of dialogue and rename the files yourself. If you rename the files well, they will stay in the order you want in your project. Start with a letter, not a number, as in the past, Unity dropped audio clips with numeric beginnings. In this example, the first numbers will sort the clip into the correct chapter, scene, and line order. There is a mood number to allow for variations to the line. There is a 2-letter code for the character, and finally an abbreviated version of the line being spoken.
So we've reached the end of today's recordings, except for the scream.
Wait, don't you want to record any background fill or any wild lines?
Oh no, I've got everything I need.
Make sure to record vocalisations for each character. Wild lines are unscripted callouts which may become useful later on. Also, record a background fill in case you need silent parts of clips which match the rest of the soundscape. It is generally a waste to record sound effects with an actor.
Oh, I was just going to check how you were going to credit me.
Oh, totally organised. I was going to credit you before you even asked me. Gabe Alani, actor for the male voices.
Always get pictures of actors approved. Hand them your phone and get them to heart the pictures they approve and delete the others. Write the acting credit exactly as it will appear in game and ask the actor to check it. Consider recording a clip to place on the game website. Actors may be credited in website pages, blogs and Facebook mentions, and of course in-game credits. Actors in a sound recording studio often take the opportunity to request a demo clip. You are under no obligation to provide one, but you can collate a few of their more memorable lines, depending on IP considerations.
So can I get my scream now?
Yeah, I'll just have to set up for a louder sound with a bigger dynamic range. Can you please give me the lowest point and the highest point with the loudness that that'll be at?
Ah!
Beautiful. Okay. Ready when you are.
Ah!
Okay.
And I got my scream. That was the Wilhelm scream, folks, showing you what a true voice actor can do. The scream will be made freely available to GCAP game devs to use and abuse as you see fit. Just remember to credit Gabe in your credits page, which I totally knew you were going to do before I asked you. Thank you to the South Australian Film Corporation for giving us this space. Thank you for Dylan Warren for pretending to be a sound engineer all along. And thank you to Gabe Alani for his time tonight.
And thanks to Christian Leadbeater for his work behind the camera. Kathy and I are available for questions now.
And look, there are 3 of us here today. Game artist Arthur Archie was going to be in the talk. He got sick, but he's here now. He used to work at a TV studio, so between the 3 of us, we hope we can answer your questions.